Alright guys, it's been a while since I actually had to play with this. I just hooked it up the other day, as you'll see in the video. I did do an unboxing of this and picking up from the Messick's dealership, which is close to me. And I pulled it out of the box, I checked it out, I just kind of looked at it. So I think that now that I finally have the backhoe hooked back up to the 2650 here, I'm going to get this thumb installed this evening because I have some time. And I don't know, maybe that'll be about it. I'm probably not going to have any time to actually have a use for this right now at the moment, so but let's get this thing installed. Okay, so we got some bolts, we got the thumb, we have 2 new pins, one's got a grease fitting. All right, that's it out. Got some instructions. I did a little bit of packing supplies. I guess this is the original filling ship that the dealership had got, Messick's. Very cool little plastic box. I'm sure I could store something in that. Alright, so now that we have that unboxed, they give you this. Alright, so I'll check this out, see which way this goes on. I know I'm going to have to, I think I have to pull this pin here, and then it'll get this longer one here installed. So, or maybe it's this one. I'll have to check the instructions. Okay. So it actually looks like it is going to have the smaller one up here. Okay. Okay, that'll get the smaller one up there. And that will have this end right here installed there. Okay. Alright. I'm going to go get a couple. That's kind of interesting. Check this out. It shows number 160 and it tells you what everything is and then breaks it down. Manual instructions. This paper. I think that's the greatest thing. Alright, I'm going to get some tools for this pin here because that's the one we got to pop out, and get it out of there so that we can get the other one in. When I was inserting these last time when they were new like this, I kind of just sprayed them a little bit with some WD-40 and then I greased it up once it was installed entirely. And it seemed to work out just fine like that, so I'm going to grab some WD-40 also. I believe that these are going to be the same size bolts, so I'm going to use these, get what I need for my sizes. Let's get this thumb installed. Alright, I did reposition the camera a little bit. Hopefully you can have a little bit better view. I'll pull the camera off and try to get a couple different angles. So, what's nice is the nut and bolt on both of these is the same size, which some things aren't. So, I'm going to get in here and get this one here loose. Okay, in case it matters, both of them seem to be 14 millimeter. I got to start the tractor up and release the pressure on that right now. Alright, so as crazy as this sounds, I couldn't drive the pin through that way. It didn't want to go. But I believe I have it coming this way. And it's actually going to go the whole way through. Kind of weird. Maybe it only goes through one way. Which I guess could make sense. Looks like we have to spin the pin just a little bit. So, alright. I don't know if this is the best way to do this or not, but I'm going to try to grab a hold of this with a pair of channel locks and rotate it some. I need to come up a little bit. Okay. Spun it. Okay. See if we can grab the edge just a little bit more. That looks pretty good there. Alright guys, we got it. So, let's give this a little tap. There we go. Boom. Right in. Now, I'm just reusing the original bolt, even though they gave me a new one. Mine are new. I mean, there's 3 or 4 hours on this machine, so it's definitely good to go. So with these pins, they're not really greasable. There's no grease fittings for them. So I'm going to show you what I put on them. Alright, this is made for motorcycles, four-wheelers, for assembling engines. Has moly lube. It's excellent for turbocharger fittings, tie rod ends, universal joints, rocker arms, cups. It's like a fancy anti-seize to a point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a little bit in here so that when I run my pin in here, now this doesn't get much movement, you know, kind of just stays where it's at. But the whole thing is, you don't want rust or anything like that to become an issue. So get the inside of this nice and steamy. Alright, so this pin, this one has a little bolt that goes through it, which they give you. Okay, and then we're just gonna get that to slide in there. Man, it's like, I don't think they like to go that way for some reason. Ooh, wow, that is really tight. How are you supposed to get anything through that? I mean, it's not going to fit. It's terrible. That really sucks. So let's see if the pin for the bottom fits through the bottom. Well, the bottom pin fits through. That is the same scenario. It's funny, they have 2 holes here, so I guess you could put the pin in through whatever side you desire. So, same as the top, I'm going to, you know, glob this stuff up. You know, if anything, this will help keep rust from forming in there over time. It'll allow this to pivot and move. I don't know, maybe they just put brace on it when they assemble these. Alright, we got this pin in. This is the one we're having problems with. Alright, so the pinholes on this side and this pinholes on this side. So if you try to put it through, it'll go right through those easy, but it's tight here, okay? Now, which is funny, because it goes through these with plenty of slop. Okay. These ones don't go the whole way through, they just actually have a cutout. This one here actually goes the whole way through. So for some reason that's tight there on both sides, but it'll go through that whole top pin there, no problem. Alright, so what I got is I got one of these cheap little grinding discs that I'd never used for anything. So I'm going to try to just stick it in here. It actually fits in here pretty tight. You know, it's real close to the edge. So let's try to just clean the edge of this out a little bit and see what happens. Well, guess we got to get a better grip on it. Just trying to make it so that it's sticking out as far as possible. I mean, honestly, we should already have this thumb on and maybe be trying to pick something up with it just for fun. All right, here we go. Try this again. Okay. Oh, look, that's all it took. Just a little bit on the end. So, I don't know if maybe it was flared over a little bit at the end, or if the coating right there makes it a little tight. So, I'm going to clean this thing out pretty good. You can kind of see right there on that side. That's the side I did a little bit. There's the side I didn't do. So I'm going to run this through here and get this cleaned out so that this pin moves freely in there, and then I'll get some lube on it and we'll get this thing assembled. Maybe we'll have enough daylight to try to pick something up. Alright, so I got this ground out the whole way through here. Check it out. Alright, now, so this is basically how it's going to go in, or pin to my right as I'm looking underneath this thing. So now we have the pin wants to go the whole way through, fairly easy. So now we'll try this again, get it nice and coated with this lube that I have. Alright, I don't think it's going to hurt. Put a little bit here on these sides. You know, that'll help keep the water out of there. That's what the grease does. It goes in the other parts. And so now we can slide this into here. We can now take our pin, slide it in, put it through. I'm going to try to line this up the best that I can here. Give this a little tap. You know, we should have this done 10 minutes ago, you know? Okay. There's our nut. I mean, pretty fairly installation. Pretty fairly easy installation, I mean, to say. Alright, I'm going to get this cleaned up. I'm going to wipe off some of this excess, and we're going to get a close-up on this thing. It's so tight. I think these holes, every single one of these holes needs cleaned out right here. Alright, so this is what it is. I'm just gonna try to pick something up here quick with it, just to see how it works. I mean, I guess one thing good about this is you get an extra pin, which, well, maybe it can be used multiple places on your backhoe if it's a standard size pin, and you know, make that easy. So there's only one more thing we have to do left, and that is install the grease fitting and grease that. But the extra stuff that I have here, including the instructions and this pin, well, they'll just go into my Kubota box with all my extra stuff. Just kind of give you a close-up. I did actually, since I was greasing, I greased the whole entire machine. Not much use on it yet, but any grease is good grease. So, and then I kind of wipe stuff off. I didn't get too picky right now at the moment. So, I mean, there's that. Not happy that this didn't want to go through this hole. I mean, I had it through the other one. So, I'm going to have to just clean them out, I guess, a little bit with the router bit I used for this. It's actually starting to get a little dark right now. So, I don't really have anything to pick up. I was going to maybe try to pick up one of those stones, but I really don't think that's going to do it any justice as far as what it's actually capable of. So I'll have to find something to pick up. I mean, I kind of figured I would get this because I'm sure I'm going to be digging up actually this area right in here, and I did get a big stone right over there, maybe somewhere in front of the tractor when I dug that out to put that driveway in. I do know that there's one here and one here, so I mean that could be all one rock. You don't know till you get it out. So, but with that being said, say hi to Muffin here. Came to visit. So with that being said, thumbs up. We have a thumb.